What's up, Dean? Same Performance at shop. Jonathan's Ranger. So I redid everything. I had those tabs coming off the radiator up to these bolts, and then realized I couldn't get the radiator out. So I cut the tabs off. I cut the filler neck off. I had already cut this tube. I cut the lower tube and basically made this bracket come down and across and then back up, and then drilled and tapped all three, screwed the radiator in, and then I positioned my upper hose, my lower hose, my water neck, so that nothing would hit, nothing would get in the way. That hose fits, which is just a 90. So that one fits, and that's the same silicone 45 with an aluminum 45 that I ordered. So I just cut the 90 off, put the 45 on, it lined up perfect. That's done. I have to loom the original harness. I took that big piece of plastic right there off that came across. So I'm gonna put some of this like braided loom on there, and then probably run like one P-clamp here and one P-clamp over here. This one's gonna stay up here in this tray. This is for the fans. We only have one fan, but there are two fans. So I think I'm gonna get the other plug off the other fan. One of two things. I might add that other fan that still has the plug on it. This one. I might add this one on. Wow, it actually works out that it almost bolts up. Just needs a little bit of a spacer. But yeah, I might add this fan for the AC just to help a little bit, like push some air through. So whatever. I already ran the truck. I redid the steam port. I put a 90 on there up to here. I already have it full. I did use a 16-ounce bottle of the VP, whatever it is, Stay Frosty or something like that. And so right now, truck's at 139. 139. Kind of sort of see it. So it's gonna take a minute for it to warm up, but I'll let it warm up. Okay, so the on temp is 190. You can see it 192. The fan just kicked on full speed. Thermostat's not even open yet, but it's already pulling the temperature down. 190. 189. So you can see it's pulling the temperature down. These fans are awesome. That thing blows like so much air. You could feel it back here, blowing hot air. Temp's 188. So, and now the thermostat, the problem is the thermostat's gonna close. Start to restrict, and then it'll heat up a little more, which is what you want. But I had it running, I mean, it's still going down. It's starting to trickle between 187 and 188. Show you. Kind of see it twitching 187, 188. So the other thing we could do is get a thermal gun, one of these. So I mean, that's a 24 degree variant, which that's big. And I would assume the top is a little bit hotter. It should be like 180. And the way this radiator is the cross flow, which I was confused. I thought it was like blank core, but it's not. It actually has a divider in this tank. So the water comes in, crosses, drops to the bottom, and then crosses back and goes back into the motor. So I didn't have to do that. So yeah, it's like 142, 143 coming in. Like a 30 degree variant. That's really good. And the truck is still 188. And it's never done that. It has always steadily gone up. I don't think it's ever stayed below 190. And it will always go up. So I might set the fan like on at 200 and off at 190. I don't know what it is currently. I know it's on at 190 obviously, but to be able to operate the fan on and off kind of like you want, and I would imagine as well driving down the road it's gonna help cool it a little bit too, because before the truck would cool down when you drove down the road. It just wouldn't stay cool really when you stopped. It just would start heating up more and more. And still 188. So can't find the key. That's friggin' awesome. That finally got it worked out and doesn't need 4 fans all over. This is the other wire, Jonathan, that was running 2 fans. So once I figure out where that goes, it goes up over here somewhere. I just got to figure out where it goes. It looks like it's going to go to that relay with the taped up bundle of wires on the bottom. So I'll pull that relay off and get rid of it. Pull the wires out. I think that's what goes to the switch inside. I'm not letting her have it. So I'll pull all that off. I'll pull the wires off of it. But other than that, like, I know I did weird paint. Kind of did a black line because I capped this all in. I cut it back a little more, cut the bottom, capped it in, put the overflow hose on, capped this side in, and just we don't have any red paint, unfortunately, to match this color that Richard painted. He doesn't have any more of the red paint, so I was kind of stuck with making it look ugly, kind of. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, but he said he could mix some paint, maybe. But then I went from getting this all done, getting the radiator mounted. It's mounted in the bottom. There's 2 screws that go through those square tubes, one on each side. I stuck the evaporator core back in, hooked the lines back up. So you can see there's a big gap between it right now. What I am going to do is just basically come off of this with a piece of flat bar. I'm going to cut the edge of this rubber, and I'm just going to come down with a piece of flat bar, use a self-tapper, flat bar, self-tapper, and then I cut this bar to go across here. Like that, and this will do 2 things for me. Probably gonna weld this into the core support so it adds that bottom structure back to the core support. We don't really need it, but to add a little bit of structure back into the core support. And then I am going to come up, and this will be hard because we got this tube coming across, but I'm gonna come up and then into this bar next to the hood latch that I mounted. That's what this bar is for. It's welded into there, welded into there, so it has more top support on the core support. And then I drilled and tapped this, which I don't know if these are gonna work, so I may end up just putting nut and bolt through here, but it does latch. I also took the prop rod out, painted it black, stuck the grommet back in like the factory grommet. So it does latch, but I want a little more strength when you're shutting this. I don't want this to get bent down, so I'm gonna put from here up, put 2 supports, and that'll give me a little bit of vertical support. And then I might get carried away and do 2 diagonals out to the end, and then that thing will be mint. But yeah, I mean, moving along. Didn't get a chance to touch the GTO. He brought the keys this morning. I got new plugs over there for it because it runs completely like a bag of crap. So this is getting to be a long video, but once I finish the evaporator core, which will be tomorrow, I think I'll have this wrapped up pretty quick tomorrow. I'm going to just blow the evaporator core out real quick, weld everything up, make the bars, do all that, maybe change those to nuts and bolts, paint those bars up, and then that's pretty much it. I'm gonna vacuum it down. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I have my vacuum pump, so I'll probably vacuum the AC down just to make sure it holds vacuum. I don't have a machine to charge it, so, but yeah, and then I can stick the front end on, get that bolted on, adjusted. I already started putting some of that back together, the little side supports that are in there, the bolts from underneath, all of that. I did new bolts, new grade 8 bolts for the core support. I don't know if you can see. Can you see it? I think you can see it. So that's all bolted back down. Yeah, so once I get that all done, get the front end on, I'll change some of the fan settings. I'll probably disable fan 2. Well, depends on if I use this fan. I might use this fan just to blow a little extra when the AC kicks on. But I'll set that to come on probably I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe mount it down low. I might mount it down low because there's nothing down there. There's no fan below the radiator, and that hangs below the radiator. So I may mount that one down low. I'll just have to extend the wires down to it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, whatever. This video is too long. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Leave me a comment. As always, have a good day.